Okay, so this is called our 43 cover 2 shift left. So that means we have 4 linemen, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 linebackers, 1, 2, 3. Cover 2 means we're only going to have 2 safeties high. So when we call the shift left, the D line all shifts over a man. The linebackers will stay stacked, hand on hip of their D linemen. When the first D end on the weak side slants in, he must engage his guard here. If he does that, that'll open up a blitzing hole for the middle linebacker here. When the tackle slants, he's also going to hit the guard on his side over here. That'll create a blitzing lane for the sandbacker. Now our D-end on the shifted side, he has to be the first guy that's going to play the undercut. So he needs to come right behind, right here. We want to force these guys back up inside, where everything's coming. So he's the number 1 guy. Our tackle is going to slant out. He's going to play contain, box technique. He's the number 2 guy. Our weak will linebacker, he's going to play box technique on the other side. The free safety is going to read here in between both linebackers because we're outmanned if they decide to run backside. So his first read will come down. He's reading run as he's coming. If he sees pass, there's no sense of him coming down. He might as well just stay deep and help out in the middle for post routes. If it happens to be a pass, the safeties have to understand that in hooks to curl, we no longer have anyone there, so you're going to have to come down hard if you see a guy sit up. So the corners, as they're dropping with their guy, you're going to have to play inside shape, but then when you drop directly over him. That way you can read what this slot's doing. So if he hooks up, you know that you got to stay with your guy if he goes deep or if he runs a post. If he runs a post, you can yell for help, 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 and maybe the safety can get there to support you. Okay, it's almost a cover 0 in some sense, but if they run traditional routes, it ends up being a cover 2. So that's it for that one on the passing part of it. So understand the run. We're trying to force these guys all back inside. Okay, as much as possible. If the running back realizes that it's all blocked and he does decide to come out, he's going to come right out to that tackle. That's who's going to pick him up. If they decide to go the other direction, and this is the ball man, well, the will backer is going to pick him up first. Bam. And he's going to also try to press him up. So here's a choice. Do we want this guy to come inside here, or do we want him to kick out? Well, if he plays a box technique properly, he's got to make a choice. If he cuts back in, he's getting tackled. So obviously he's going to bounce out. If he decides to bounce out, the safety that was coming down has to recognize it to run this way and immediately support outside. The corner can come down after, safety can come down. So that way we end up outmanning them. Either side, whichever way they run.